How's it going, everyone? Welcome to yet another one. Now it's a wee bit of a change of scenery this week. Now Wineglass Bay is actually on the other side of this, so at the minute we're actually in Swansea. Now I probably won't be videoing a lot in Swansea. However, in the next few days we'll head off to Wineglass Bay and I'm staying at the caravan park in Tanner. It's pretty darn cold though. It's roughly about 6 degrees, so it's probably not really swimming weather just yet. Mate, it's definitely a lovely beach, eh? But there's so many things in Tassie that you can explore and everywhere is always very different. Now I'll probably explore more of this beach tomorrow because the sun is pretty much gone and I need to go back to my caravan park to set up the tent. So we're starting back over there now, but we'll definitely come back here tomorrow again. Now I won't really be cooking anything tonight because I did actually have a big lunch before getting here today. So I'll probably just eat some 2-minute noodles or something like that. I'll have a few packs of that and that should fill me up pretty alright. Yeah, so me and my family actually stayed at this caravan park about like 8 years ago. That chalet right there, the third one in, that was ours. It is getting pretty dark now, so I'll see you all once I'm in my tent. Now it's roughly about 4 degrees tonight, but that's all good. I can handle the cold. I'm starting to hope that it does start to get warmer quite soon. I've been in the cold for half the year already, so there'll probably be a couple more months of cold left, and then we'll be back to the sun again. But either way, I'm going to head to bed. I probably won't be doing much tomorrow, but I'll still see what I get up to, and then we'll be heading off to Wineglass Bay the next day. I'll see you all tomorrow. I've just been taking it easy today, so I haven't really been videoing anything. But we're going to actually start on dinner, and I'll just be using the air fryer again. Now I just have to let this warm up first, but I'll be cooking some chicken fingers tonight. Now while I'm waiting for that thing to heat up, I've actually been sent another product. Now these things are actually LED whip lights. Now obviously they're not made from bush stuff or anything like that, but they still do pretty much the exact same thing. Yeah, so the company is actually called Auxbeam. But either way, we'll open this up and we'll get into installing them. It's always good that they bring instructions with it as well, how to install it and all that other stuff. Even if you know what you're doing, it's always good just to read it either way. Alright, well this is a whip light right here. It's pretty darn fat, but that's alright. So you'd obviously want to plug this to the battery of the vehicle, but how you meant to plug this into a vehicle is what I don't understand. I guess what we could try and do is we could cut this down a little bit and then we could get these wires a bit separated and then I will connect them off to the battery. Don't do this at home, kids. Chopping up the wires. It is fun to cut this because I'm not actually cutting the wires, I'm just cutting the cover on it. But you know, I just have to be careful that I don't actually accidentally cut the wires. So obviously I'm not breaking anything while I am doing this. Auxbeam, if you're watching this, don't get too mad. Other than that, hopefully the product works pretty well. And yeah, hopefully there's not too many other problems. That's on. So I'll probably need some zip ties to put these in. Obviously since the bull bar is on an angle, the whip lights may actually be on an angle like that, so I may have to end up moving them over to here. Anyway, it's about time to chuck the the chicken fingers in, and then we should continue on installing those whip lights. So luckily it actually comes with the whip light LED holders as well. So we'll just chuck these on real quick. Alright, so I've just done this loosely at the minute. Put the light on there now. We'll tighten her up a bit. Now for this side, I've actually already got an aerial holder on there anyway. So may as well just use that for now. Might just end up using the one aerial because it looks a bit weird having two on there. It's because this one's on too much of a lean. It just doesn't sit right with me, you know. Maybe if I chuck it in the middle here, it might look a bit better, but I'm not entirely sure. Right, so I'll plug this up. They're actually on Bluetooth as well, so I'll have to try and figure out how to connect them up so that they're not on when the car's off. And there you go, it's on. I haven't connected the other one just yet. Try to figure out where we want to put this one on the right, and then we'll see what happens after that. know, when I was a P plater, I always wanted LED whip lights on the ute. And now 2 years later, I've finally got a pair for free. So just goes to show that you wait long enough and it'll come to you. I'm only kidding. It doesn't work like that, unfortunately, for everyone, but I got a free product and pretty happy with it. Alright, well that looks very weird at the very minute since they're both in the middle there. I'll just chuck this left one back on where it normally would be, and I'll take the right one off. It'll definitely look better in the dark. Eventually I'll have to actually clean up all of these wires to make it look a little bit more cleaner. But you know, it's all good for the minute. We'll get that sorted out eventually. Almost looking about ready, which is good. We'll just chuck it in for a few more minutes and then it'll be pretty right. Alright, well thanks to the air fryer, got some good chicken fingers for tonight, and they're thoroughly cooked as well, which is always a good thing. Now that's obviously not the healthiest thing that you could be eating at night time. However, for lunch I did actually eat some salad, and I also did have an apple today. So I do eat a lot of stuff out from the camera. It may look like I eat very unhealthy, but I don't all the time, you know. Probably once the weather starts warming up a bit more, it'll be a little less glum out there, so I'll be able to spend more time out there, and I'll be able to cook some more better meals as well. But yeah, now for the minute, these little meals suit me pretty well, and I'll finish the rest of this up and then we'll probably head to the beach for a bit of time. I was going to take out my drone as well, but it's been a little bit too windy in Tassie so far, so I haven't really been able to do it at all. My drone is pretty small as well, so it doesn't really like the wind at all. But either way, I'll see you all once I'm at the beach. Interesting how that mountain over there has the sun shining above it at the minute. The Wine Glass Bay is actually over there, so that's where we'll be heading tomorrow. We'll probably just head over to where that lookout thing is. I don't really have time to do all the hikes over there, unfortunately. It's definitely cool being back here once again though. And there's so many different things around the whole of Tassie. Like nowhere's ever the same. You've got mountains, you've got oceans. It doesn't even feel like it's part of Australia. There's always so much stuff that you can see in Australia, and everywhere's always different. You've got the red sands up in Broome up north. You've got skies so full of stars in the Northern Territory. And you've got bloody rainforests and crocs up in Cairns. Australia is pretty much every single country in one, really, at the end of the day. Snow in the Victorian High Country. So much to see. And unfortunately, I won't ever be able to see it all, but I've got a long time to live, so I'll definitely see a lot. Yet there will still be spots that I still missed. Australia's too big, mate. Everyone's always asking me how I actually afford to travel around Australia. So I figured I may as well do a video of answering all the questions that I mainly get asked a lot. I have done videos like this before, but I haven't done one since the start of the year. Now hopefully you can still hear me because these waves are pretty loud. It's really not that expensive to travel around Australia. And as you would have seen last week, I have started up my business once again. Just doing all those odd random jobs everywhere. Definitely getting a wee bit more money rolling in once again. I do also get paid by YouTube. It's definitely not a lot at all, but it's a little bit of something anyway. It always helps out. I don't actually have any trades behind me or anything like that. Obviously since I'm only 19, I wouldn't have had time to do any apprenticeships or anything like that. But yeah, no, we're traveling around Australia at 19. It's actually not as expensive as people would think, really. Like, I'm probably actually only spending 150 bucks per week on the road. Now, it also depends how much driving I'm getting done during the week and how much food I'm actually eating. But I'd say on a general gist per week, I'd probably be spending about 50 to 70 bucks on food and drinks. And as I've said before, I don't really buy takeaway. So none of that Hungry Jack's, Macca's or any of that other crap. So I've got a pretty good budget going. But if I can do it for 150 bucks per week, you could do it as well. Like, that would be less than a day's salary for most people. So roughly 8 years ago, I actually came to Swansea. This little river right here, it was actually frozen. If I was here in the winter, it probably would be frozen again. I've been traveling for like roughly almost 2 years now. I've been traveling since I was on my pay plates as well. It's definitely not as expensive as some people say that it is. I am living proof that you can do it on a budget. You don't have to have like $600 per week on doing it. Like, I definitely couldn't be spending $600 a week doing it, but some people are doing that. At the end of the day, it also does depend how much driving you are getting done. The most I've probably spent is probably on the Nullarbor. You're probably spending about almost $600 in that one because of the fuel mainly, but other than that, it's not too bad anyway. But yeah, I reckon if you just work while you do travel, like just pick up odd jobs wherever you can and all that stuff, you'll be traveling for years to come, mate. Mate, I love traveling around Australia. I reckon more people should do it while they're young. And that actually does bring us to the next question. Why am I actually traveling around Australia at 19? Why wasn't I waiting till my 20s or my 30s or retirement? If I travelled around when I was retired, I wouldn't be able to walk up mountains. I wouldn't be into all that forward driving. I wouldn't be having all that fun as well. 19 for me was a perfect number for me to be touring around Australia. It's a time when I haven't had any tie downs or anything like that. And that's why I'm doing it nowadays, because if I wanted to travel around Australia and I said maybe someday I'd do it, maybe when I'm older I'd do it, I'd keep saying maybe and I'd never ever get it done. I think the fact that I'm traveling around in Australia when I've got no tie downs, I reckon there's no other perfect time for it really. Maybe when I'm married I will still be traveling around, but maybe having kids on the way, I'll be working a full-time job. So I may not even have time to go travelling. So it's really just a perfect time to be travelling around Australia. But either way, we're going to start heading back towards the caravan park. Well, if you can't tell, it's night time now. So we'll try at a whip light. Well, that's a pretty darn bright light at night time, if anything. The camera couldn't even take the brightness of it, so it's a little bit blurry, but it works very well. We'll start getting ready for bed, and I'll see you once I'm in my tent. It's actually starting to get pretty warm at night time in this tent. I reckon that warm weather's not far behind. Hey, we're going to pack up the tent, and we'll head off to Wineglass Bay. So it's a wee bit too windy out there at the very minute. So unfortunately, I reckon I'm gonna have to give Wineglass Bay a miss. Because obviously if it's windy down here at the minute, it won't be very much fun up there. But I'll definitely have to come back here at some point again. We're starting back to Launceston instead. And I'll actually be moving into a college and I'll be working there for a couple of weeks. So it'll definitely be interesting for sure. It's got a little farm there as well. Well, I'm glad I decided not to go off to Wineglass Bay because it's absolutely pissing down at the very minute, and the wind is like pushing the car off the road almost. It's bloody windy today. Like all the rain's like on an angle. I don't think any rain's ever straight in Australia. It's always on that angle, but today it's going in that angle. Radio everyone, well this is the room right here. Nothing too special whatsoever, it just has a bathroom and toilet. All the usual stuff, you know, you got a small kitchen right here. You got a small stove as well and an oven, fridge, microwave. The room is pretty big as well. So yeah, this is going to be my crib for the next couple of weeks, I reckon. Depending how long I do end up staying here. But I guess I'll see what happens at the end of the day. We may be staying here for a whole month. We may be staying here for a couple of weeks. I'm not entirely sure. It is only a volunteer job, so I don't actually get paid here. So we'll be doing all my odd jobs here and there as well. But at least I've got a kitchen there. I can actually cook something pretty cool for sure. I probably won't show you a lot of stuff if anything, but this is going to be my house for the next couple of weeks and it should be pretty fun. This is where I'm actually working. The college is actually up there somewhere, but I'm pretty much just working on the farm. We're picking up some firewood at the minute. We've done 2 loads. I'm not sure what I'm doing for the rest of the day just yet. But yeah, no, this is easy enough. Alright, well I managed to get that all in one load. The Luxie might be a bit heavy, but that's alright. Hopefully we don't get bogged or anything like that. Yeah, so if anyone's wondering what the name of this college actually is, it's actually called Worldview. It's not actually an agricultural college or anything like that. It's just It's got its own farm where all the college students actually do eat. So we do butcher our own cows and everything like that. So this little Luxie will be our trusty little farm ute for a bit of time. This Luxie's actually done probably 300,000 or 400,000. The odometer has actually stopped working, but these are all our cows over here. Yeah, we've got quite a few bulls there as well. We've got a few chickens. We've got a kelpie as well. In between 5 to 10 sheep, I'm pretty sure. There's the chickens right there. If you can see them, there's one white one and 2 blackos. And then there's also a pony and a goat over there. But yeah, now we'll just unload this last piece of wood. Alright, that's a good day's work done pretty much. Half an hour to an hour left of working, and then we should be pretty right. These are the bulls here, all nice and fluffy. A few of them will be getting eaten soon as well. It's definitely been a long day if anything. Their hair's all quite dirty, but that's alright. Makes it look better when it's actually messy like this for some reason. The college is going well actually. I've actually been here for a week now, so it's been good. I haven't really been videoing much because I've just been focusing on working here for the minute. And there's a nice little community over here as well, so that's probably the main thing that's really cool. Everyone's always talking to you. Now that actually brings me to the next question. I actually get this question quite a few times. It's only really for solo travelers, but the question is, do I ever get really lonely on the roads? And I tell you what, it can definitely get a lot lonely. Like, I've been out on the road for like over a year and a half by now. And I actually moved out of home like roughly 3 years ago pretty much. So I haven't really even been at home. I haven't even really been at Perth because I've been working in Albany for the last 3 years or so. I am meeting so many people on the road though, and I do obviously love it. But the thing is, you meet these people, you can't make a solid connection with them because you're always on the move. So I reckon if there was one thing that would ever stop me from traveling around Australia, it would probably be that thing. But no, I still love what I'm doing. I still love touring around Australia. I'm not going to be stopping anytime soon. But at least at the minute, since I'm at this college, I'm getting a little community together. I'm going off to a church as well, so I've got a bunch of new mates over there as well. At least I'm meeting new people and I'm staying around with them for a while, so it's better than nothing for sure. But anyway, we should probably get back into work soon. We're going to collect a few sticks here and there. We'll chuck it on a big bonfire, but we'll also start a little fire as well. It's the Aussiest way to start a fire on a farm, I tell you. A little bit of diesel goes a long way. Oh, let's go. There she goes, ladies and gents. Hopefully it doesn't catch fire on that tree afterwards. Nice and warm, eh? Right, ladies and gents, that's how you start a bloody campfire right there. This is just a little burn off at the minute. Nothing too fancy whatsoever, but oh yeah, she's bloody warm. You can feel it in your face. Oh, mate. Alright, so that fire is still very bloody warm, but it has calmed down a little bit. Mate, my face is a little bit red. A couple of rosy cheeks right there. Nice bit of extra bonfire wood right there. Have a look at all the branches behind us, they're all falling off. Oh no. Yeah, there they go. Well, I'm all done for the week. I've gone into Launceston, I've gotten myself another haircut now. My long hair was coming down to about there. And any time I was working and stuff like that, it was all going into my eyes all the time, so it was getting a wee bit annoying. I don't technically have the mullet anymore. It'll be back again in about 3 months. It's still technically there, it's just a little bit shorter than I normally have it, that's all. But yeah, no, look, I reckon it doesn't look too bad anyway. We're gonna start cooking up a little meal. And before you ask, no, it's not bacon and eggs. We've actually got a full fridge here as well. There's a bunch of cream and sodas in there, a bunch of lemonade, a bunch of bread. What more could you want, mate? We'll probably eat some meatballs tonight, I reckon. I do actually have some pasta as well, but no veggies just yet, mate. Who needs veggies, I'm telling ya? So overrated. Pretty much on a meat diet, really. I do eat veggies, just not very often on the camera, that's all. Alright, well this is a meal for the night. We'll gobble this all up. Probably won't video any of it because it is quite boring. I'll see you all tomorrow. I look like a chimney sweeper, don't I? Get the stinky socks up there. So if you couldn't tell, that was definitely not farming today. That's pretty much a side gig. That's actually how I earn money, because obviously if I want to stay on the road, I definitely need to have some kind of way to earn money. But mate, it's been a bloody big day today for sure. I only videoed half of it. I definitely really like farming though. I reckon once I'm older, once I settle down, I'll be buying a hobby farm eventually, probably in Albany or somewhere in Western Australia anyway. Now, it's actually my birthday next week as well. Exactly 1 week from now, I'm going to be 20. Going fast, eh? It's like, I started traveling around Australia when I was 18. Like, I had only been 18 for like 2 months by the time that I actually left around Australia. So, it's literally almost been 2 years. How crazy is that, eh? It's gone so fast. But anyway, guys, we're going to end the video right here. Stay bloody keen for next week. We're turning 20. God bless, and I'll see you all next week.